I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Moyer. I appreciate that.
Please step into the open and identify yourself.
Up. My thing got scrolled up. I'm sorry. Oh, my sound is a bit loud? People are saying my sound is loud? Hold on a sec. Let me turn that down a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Let's drop it down like there for now.
Don't see a thing.
Okay, question from Mighty Micronesian. Love the name. Can you tell me the history of the Coalition? Like, when did it start? How or why was it made? Are you the creator? Sure. Great question, man. The Coalition is actually a name that started on Twitch.
Law-abiding citizens have nothing to fear.
There was a time when we didn't have a name for our community, and I was looking for one, and I went to you guys, and I said, well, what should we call ourselves? And people came up with all sorts of good names, but a viewer actually came up with the name The Coalition. And I remember hearing that the first time and being like, that's incredibly witty. Like, I didn't even like think of the name or the connotations. I was just like, that's really witty. I think actually what we were doing is we were making our guild in Neverwinter, the MMO, which we didn't play too long because it had its own set of issues. But I think we were making our guild in Neverwinter, our community guild. And that's where it came from. It was suggested by a viewer, and we just went with it.
Fighting over.
It just kept getting bigger, and we kept going with it, and it was yeah. It's been that way ever since. Thank you for the question. I really appreciate that. And for the record, I'm the creator of the community, but the name was not come up by me. I didn't come up with the name Coalition. That's way too witty for me. Nope.
Scanning or hostiles.
Ready, steady, fight.
What is one of the biggest challenges you faced running your Twitch channel, and how has it shaped what we enjoy today? From Design Gears, another great question. The biggest challenge for me was definitely when I did not understand how Twitch worked. When I didn't understand that that it's okay to lose subs every month, that it's all right to get thousands of viewers in a game and then be down to 100 5 days later. Sometimes that's just how Twitch works. I didn't know that. And I especially didn't know the sub drop thing, which, by the way, is a part of Twitch life. At the end of every month, or a lot of times when you've been streaming long enough, every day, you lose subs. There's many days when like, if I had a big sub train a month before, I will start a stream with X subs, I will finish the stream with X minus 150. And that sucks. And it's really hard when you don't understand what you're doing and you're still feeling everything out. It's really hard not to blame yourself. Really hard. And there was a few months period, like when I first played Final Fantasy XIV, I got up to 500 subs in the first month. In the next 2 weeks of the following months, I lost 200. My subs got cut in half. I went from being on cloud 9 thinking I could do this forever to holy shit, I made a huge mistake. I didn't know what I was doing and I don't think I can do this. Like knowledge is power. At the end of the day, knowledge is power. And if you don't know how Twitch works, it can be an extremely depressing situation at times. Once you understand it, though, it can also be stressful. I had sleepless nights over Twitch. However, once you understand Twitch, and I really hope that people that start on Twitch, like, watch my podcast and stuff before they do, because I go over this a lot when I talk about it. Once you understand Twitch, it can be a lot more fun and a lot less stressful than it needs to be. So, I know there's some Sunset Star bottle caps in here. There better be. I'm going to look again. I'm sure I've missed some stuff. But anyway, seriously, great question. Thank you very much for it, Design Gears. I remember when you were the top Neverwinter streamer, then went on that 2 to 3 week vacation, and Elo got all your viewers. To be fair, Elo had more viewers than me in Neverwinter all the time. I was a close second, but I never had as many viewers as Elo did. He absolutely killed it in Neverwinter. It was one of the first games that really catapulted him. It was really fun streaming beside him, seeing that happen. Elo got his break a lot earlier than I did, and he absolutely killed it. He did an absolutely fantastic job. And now you see where he is today. Afe and Mr. Moya. Mr. Moya, thank you so much for your sub. Also, Rory Harvey, thank you as well. Nalgaroth, thank you for your 16 months. Awesome, awesome. Fliegendox! What is your favorite vault in terms of lore in the Fallout franchise? I'm partial to Penny Arcade's Puppet Vault. That is awesome. See, I knew that. I was just, you know, yeah. One of the coolest vaults, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to be honest. Hold on. Water leak. Water stuff. Okay. Great job. Tim and Eric's awesome show. Great job. Nothing there. Okay. One of the coolest one, in my opinion, was definitely the vault in which the people in it, I don't remember the vault number, and you guys will know what I'm talking about, Fallout fans. The Gary Vault, of course. Gary Vault's amazing. Just saying. Gary Vault's amazing. One of my favorite. But I think in terms of lore, I really like the vault. Darkest Chaos, thanks, buddy. I really like the vault where every month they had to pick a person to win a prize. And what the vault was doing was killing them. And they went through all these different mechanisms and methods of picking that person. And it eventually just completely degraded, and they fought each other. And it had one of the most hard-hitting endings to a vault that I had ever seen. Like, it was the last recordings of the last 5 people when they decided to throw off the bonds of the computer people and or the overseers. Like, it was chilling. Vault 11, is that the vault? Vault 11. That was a pretty incredible one. That was a great one. Now, of course, I think it's important to say that I love, like, I have so many favorite vaults. That's just like the favorite one I can think of right now. I have so many vaults that I've loved, and I cannot wait to see the vaults in Fallout 4. I'm really hoping there are vaults in Fallout 4. I hate to say it, but there's this, and this is not a spoiler. This is actually all stuff that they were talking about before. There's a rumor going around that if you look through enough of the Fallout lore, that all the vaults are accounted for. So unless there's like a second company that was building vaults, technically there can't be any vaults there, which really is a bummer. And we do know that the main character comes out of a vault, so I'm assuming there has to be vaults around there somewhere. But there was a pretty convincing article on Reddit for a while that was arguing that there can't be vaults where Fallout 4 takes place. Pretty interesting. I personally hope they get around that. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe the stuff on Reddit was just, you know, BS. I don't know. But that's where we stand with that. Anyway, big thank you for the question. That is awesome. Thank you for it. Streamer news. Hey, I owe you an email. How did you come up with the idea to do custom themed game emotes for your playthroughs? Do you feel it makes the chat to broadcaster experience better? Streamer news. Now, you asked a really interesting question. First of all, love your work. Second of all, I'm one that tries to look like a few steps ahead of anything. And one of the first things when I was talking to Twitch about these emote switch outs is I told them straight up, I was like, look, you know, what's going to happen if I do these, because the first one that I did was Horror Month, where Julia helped me convert all my icons to scary, or a few of my icons to scary icons. Now we're doing the Fallout ones. Hold on one second. I apologize up front if there are any mistakes in the message. I'm trying to do. Okay, weird. And then check draft. We got trouble. Hush, hush. Experiment on a robot I talked about. Okay. Anyway, it's a slippery slope because now me and Dan are doing it. Dan's Gaming, by the way, phenomenal streamer. I love him. He's kind of like my unofficial partner in crime for Fallout 4. Me and him are like the two biggest Fallout heads on Twitch. We absolutely are infatuated with Fallout. There are others, of course, but we're just a couple of them. It's a slippery slope because now that we're making custom emotes, the question is, you know, what happens if all of Twitch starts doing this?
Maybe the monsters have
what happens? You know, are we gonna completely, you know, double the amount of Twitch or work Twitch has because everyone's doing custom emotes all the time? You know, I don't think so, and I think it's really cool. I think custom emotes add a little bit of flavor. Look at all those Dan's games. Love it, man. I think themed emotes add flavor. I think they're fun. I think that if you have an artist that's willing to do them, that it's a cool thing to do. And I don't think that Twitch cares too much about the extra work. So, yeah. Bacabernus says, what kind of logic is that? I'm assuming you mean the emote thing. The thing is, like, emotes a lot of times have to be done manually for streamers that are larger and have custom amounts of emotes and stuff. So a lot of times when we have to send, like, an email to Twitch, you know, with, like, 11 emotes on it, you know, that's work for someone. So the idea of doing that every month, it could be a little excessive, excuse me, you know what I mean? So, yeah. That's kind of the main concern. But Twitch has said it's cool, so as long as they don't tell me differently, I plan on doing more theme emotes as we move on.
Say a command now. Otherwise, say, pleased to meet you, and we'll get acquainted.
Pleased to meet you.
Or, if you have more important things to do than talk to old Festus, say goodbye.
Okay, before we do this, real quick, guys, we are about to do a giveaway for an Intel processor. Whoa. Big shout out and thank you to the unlocked.newegg.com guys for this giveaway. Keep your eyes on chat. The giveaway is not up yet. You will see a yellow box pop up on the screen when the giveaway is in. I do need to warn you guys, this giveaway is 18 plus and NA US Canada only. So you have to be over 18 and you have to live in the US or Canada, and both of those will be verified because I'm not the one doing the giveaways. This is directly from Intel. So again, wait for the message on the screen before you enter. Best of luck, everyone. You guys are going to flip when you see what processor it is. And as a reminder to our EU friends, we will be doing 2 back-to-back Fallout 4 giveaways at the end of the stream for our European friends. Just as my way of saying, sorry guys, my hands are tied. I love you and I wish I could do more, but unfortunately legal issues. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop that giveaway up, and we'll pause the questions for a minute while the giveaway is going on. Pleased to meet you, buddy.
New in town, partner? Well, let old Festus give you the lay of the land. If you're here to redeem your sunset sarsaparilla stars,
buttload of awesomeness.
Below, and I'll count them up.
Just real quick, I just want to show you guys real quick the processor we're giving away. Let's just go over to Newegg here. Let's see what is that. It's an Intel i7 5960X. Let's just drag this over a little bit. Oh! It's a $1,000 processor. Well, good luck, everybody. Pretty awesome. Big thanks to Intel. This is one of 2 of these processors that are going out today. We'll do the other one at the end of the show.
If you don't know what sunset sarsaparilla stars are and think old Festus is just shooting his mouth off, say star info. If you're here to challenge old Festus to a game of lucky horseshoes, say, I feel lucky.
By the way, just in case you didn't know, that's the message you were waiting for at the bottom of the screen.
Channel 6 recently, say, silly old advisory.
Wait, what? Silly old advisory.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that. Could you repeat it?
Thanks, Strife. Appreciate that, buddy. Silly old oh, I had to say ol, not old. Silly old advisory.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that. Could you repeat it? While sunset sarsaparilla is perfectly safe, a recent independent study, whose validity is currently being challenged, revealed the following. Excessive ingestion of sarsaparilla can lead to deleterious effects, including, but not limited to, kidney damage, nausea, digital numbness, anxiety, loss of visual acuity, dizziness, occasional nosebleeds, joint inflammation, tooth decay, sore throat, bronchitis, organ rupture, and halitosis. Note that you'd have to drink a heap of sunset sarsaparilla to match the quantities used in the study. How much, you ask? A lot. A whole hell of a lot. In fact, you'd have to get full as a tick on sunset sarsaparilla to even come close. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, partner, and keep drinking sunset sarsaparilla.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay, so hold on. We are not done with this guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that the guy we talked to about the? Let's see.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the head.
Oh my God! Design Gears! Congratulations, dude!
If you and old Festus are old pals, say a command now. Otherwise, say, pleased to meet you, and we'll get acquainted.
That is absolutely awesome.
If you have more important things to do than talk to old Festus, say goodbye.
Design Gear says, holy crap, Co, I have to buy a new motherboard. Now you got a damn good reason, son. Just saying. That is awesome. Design Gears, huge congratulations, man. Design Gears, do you have Fallout 4? If you don't have Fallout 4, let Evil Bunny know, because I'm going to send you a copy of that with the Season Pass, too, if you don't. Because that's awesome. You deserve it with that. Thanks for watching today, buddy. Really appreciate it. Cool! Okay. So, let's go ahead and go on with the questions. Perfect. Star info.
Oh, new to the hunt, are you? Well, listen carefully, as old Festus don't like to repeat himself. Select Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles will have special caps with blue stars on them.
Yes.
These caps are known as Sunset Sarsaparilla stars. Why are these stars there, and what do they mean? Nobody knows, except maybe old Festus. Rustle up enough of them and you can win a prize. So get out there and start drinking Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Shower Buddy. Everyone needs a shower buddy. Thank you very much for your sub. Also, Furious Marshmallow, welcome to the family. Thank you for subscribing. 10 months from Inked Up 716. Thank you, dude, as well. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for it. Question from Sweaticles. How did you start streaming? It was actually an accident. Actually, let me read the whole question. How did you start streaming? Have you always been a variety streamer? How long did it take you to be able to live off streaming? And what tips do you have for new streamers or people who want to start streaming? Whoa. That is a lot of great questions. Smokeless Joe. Most likely that's a website issue. That has happened before, but I will forward that to Roderick, buddy. So, let's start that right at the beginning. How did I start streaming? I was leading a guild at the time called CohhCarnage. It's actually where the second part of my name comes from. And there was this game that came out called Defiance. Some of you remember that. When I started streaming on Twitch, it was specifically to show my guild a game. That's it. A few of my friends wanted to see Defiance. They knew that I had it. And actually, one of my friends, Ouija, I think, told me about this weird website called like twatch.tv or something. And you can just download this app and just click a button and then other people can watch it. And I was like,
This one looks pretty tough.
I was like, man, can I just tell you about it? That sounds like a lot of work. I don't want to do all that. And he was like, nah, it's easy. Give it a try. And I was like, fine. I'll try this whole Twatch thing. And so basically, I fired it up. And the first time I streamed,
Was that all?
first time I streamed, actually, full disclosure. I had streamed a little bit before, but I didn't set it up or anything. Someone was just like, hit this button and play games. And I was like, okay. And I did that like twice during like Guild Wars 2. I didn't even realize, like, I didn't even read chat. I didn't know there was a chat. I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, so my first stream, I had a $3.99 Walmart desk mic. I didn't have a camera. I didn't even know for the whole stream that apparently I had I'd put my game screen in the wrong area. So I had a big black bar on the left side of my screen. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know there was a chat for the first part of the stream. And then I was like, oh, cool, I can talk to you guys. This is pretty fun. You know, so that's how it started. And when I was in Defiance, we ended up building this little community. And, you know, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So then there was like one day when I was in Defiance and I sent out a thing in the shout in Defiance. So I was, hey guys, I'm streaming on this website called twitch.tv. You can find me here. These days, it's a total dick move, but I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And all of a sudden, all these people started showing up. And they were talking. We were all talking. And we were, oh my god, I'm out of ammo. And we were having a good time. And it just all kind of went from there. It just grew from there. Like, you know, the next day I find out, oh, a lot of people use webcams. You know, later a viewer donated for me to get one. Someone at one point told me my mic sucked. So I was like, oh, maybe I should get a better mic. You know, hey, do you have a website? No, maybe I should make one. Hey, do you have a bot? No. Hey, and then all of a sudden I get the message from this weird guy named Roderick, and he's like, hey, I've been watching your stream for a little bit, and maybe I could throw a bot together for you. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he was like, no, you know, we can put it together. And you know, he puts this bot together, and then I'm like, hey, it'd be kind of cool if, you know, there's this token system I've seen on other channels. Could we do something like that? And he was like, yeah, I could do something like that. Needless to say, 2 years later, here we are. And Roderick is now a foundational element. He's basically designed my entire system.
This one looks pretty tough.
We picked up Barry Coyne and Kimmin, who are my two amazing other coders. We have a channel artist, Triwar. Red Eyed Monster does the YouTube. I've got a fleet of amazing moderators. Yeah, and it all grew from just people either wow, this is really loud. It all grew from people either requesting things or me going, you know what, I want to do this. Oh, by the way, not R-O-W-D-R-I-K, but Roderick, R-O-D-R-1-C. But don't get me wrong, Roderick's awesome. He's a long timer as well, funny enough. But this robot was named Mr. Steel. Roderick is awesome too, but Roderick was the one that was helping me. But yeah, the short answer to answer your question, which is, you know, how did I start streaming? Everything just kind of grew. It all just grew. The next part of your question was, have I always been a variety streamer? Primarily.
Cessation of hostilities.
Primarily, I've always been a variety streamer, and the reason being is because I always just play what I want. So I always play what I want, and that led me to be a variety streamer. I wasn't a one game kind of guy. I never have been. So yeah, I've always been a variety streamer. How long did it take me to be able to live off streaming? It was an extremely hard 1+ year journey until I could even consider streaming supporting me. And like I tell people, and this is really important, never ever start streaming with the intention of being successful. Never quit your job and start streaming. That's not how Twitch works. I've known great people that I felt put on good shows and were genuinely talented fail on Twitch and leave good jobs to do it. And then not being able to get those jobs later. When they went back, their job was taken. So, always start on Twitch as a hobby. And then once it gets to a point where it can support you, and don't get me wrong, hobbies, you can still have passion for hobbies. You can still put all of your free time into hobbies. You know, I'm not saying, you know, don't be serious about it. I'm just, whoa, Lucky 38 executive override? Okay. But yeah, always start as a hobby, and then once it picks up, then really start thinking, you know, hey, maybe I could leave my job over this. Maybe I could, you know, take this more seriously. Maybe I could, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, always treat it as a hobby first, and always have a backup plan. Have a stable backup plan before you consider streaming full-time. Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Warlock, they took her jobs. They took her jobs. They took her. Pretty much exactly. But yeah, anyway, great question. And thank you for it. Oh, and for tips, check my YouTube. I have a whole thing on my YouTube about how to start streaming. Question from Swifty. When you were first starting, how do you go about setting up your stream schedule and balancing it with RL? I really didn't understand the premise of schedule when I first started, so I just streamed whenever I could, and that was actually really bad.
Over.
It's much better to stream less on a schedule than more whenever you want, as I learned. I learned that the hard way. Once you get a schedule down, and again, this involves your life, this involves research, this involves finding what game you're wanting to play and when that audience is awake. Yeah, it's definitely a thing you have to research, and I highly recommend schedules over just whenever you can. Roderick says, Co's stream schedule was 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. Yeah, it really was, Roderick. In fact, for those that don't know, like, I made the mistake of devoting myself to Twitch a little too early because I didn't understand Twitch before I did it. And what happened was I ended up streaming so much and I didn't understand why I was failing. And I thought to myself, oh, I just need to stream more, right? If I stream more, I'll get more followers, more viewers, and it'll be great, and I'll get partner, and it'll be awesome. But I streamed so much, like I was streaming 16 hours a day for months. I was losing weight My wife was not happy with me. I wasn't making money, and I was doing something like 16 hours a day. So it was the kind of thing where you really need that balance. Because for me, when I made that balance is when things started getting fixed. A lot of people are like, oh, Co, it's really easy for you to say not to do that now that you're successful. Well, guess what? If I would have kept doing that, I never would have made it. In fact, it took me getting to the point where I had to seriously consider stopping streaming before I changed the way I was doing things and started becoming more successful. So, yeah, that is the best advice I can give to new streamers, for sure, for sure. And thank you for that. That was a really good question. Co, do you have to use a bank account to get money people donate or something? What works, sir? I don't understand your question, buddy. XG Cloak. Hey, your channel is obviously in a darn good place at the moment, but what do you have in store for it? Where do you want to see in, say, a year or two? Great question, Cloak. The thing that I always try to do in this channel is look forward. Twitch is a magical place. Why is that? It's because there's no right way to do it. The best things on Twitch may have not even been done yet. And there's no rules. There's no one saying, no, don't do that. Or no, don't make that. It's a completely new environment. And as such, there's a lot of things you see on this channel that no other channels have. It is my goal to keep that up. It is my goal to bring you guys more things that have never been done on Twitch before. The CGNA, our custom giveaway system, our website interactions, our huge aways and subscriber giveaway systems. Almost everything on this channel has not been done anywhere else. Because that's one of the goals I make for myself, is if I'm doing something exactly like someone else, that is on my to-do list to make better. So, I mean, hell, these days we're using a completely custom, I mean, the Hello Center up there in the top left. My overlays, you know, all this stuff that we do, the goal is to innovate. And I don't really care if people copy me, because guess what? If someone copies me, which people do all the time, that means I need to up my game. It gives me an excuse to up my game if someone copies me. And I gladly welcome that.
Cessation of hostilities
Gladly.
complete.
So that's, I mean, I kind of see Twitch as like the American industrial period, where America just shot forward. You know, it was because everyone was competing with everyone. If someone did something better, that meant you had to find a way to do it better than them. That's what Twitch is like right now, and I love it. Now, that being said, I do want to say it's very important, if you ever implement a system on Twitch similar to another streamer's, you always want to check with them. Always. It's a courtesy that you have to get in the habit of doing. Twitch is not like the American industrial period in the premise that we are a community. Twitch is a community. And all of my fellow broadcasters, it's one of the reasons we have a thing on this channel. Holy shit. Holy shit. We have a thing on this channel. You never talk badly about other streamers. And I never do and never will. And that's because they're my coworkers, they're my community, they're my friends, a lot of them. And that mentality goes behind the scenes as well. We have a huge rebranding effort coming this year. In fact, coming later this year. In fact, our rebranding effort, I'm just going to walk over all the mines. We're going to be making a new channel logo. We're going to be making probably intro videos. We've got stuff coming for all the rebranding. We're going to be changing the sub icon for the first time since I've got it. It's a big rebranding effort. Well, one of my buddies named Sacriel recently did a big rebranding on his stream. So what I did was I approached Sacriel and I said, hey dude, okay, look, I want to do this big rebranding thing. I'm not going to, you know, it's obviously not going to be your logo and I'm going to do it custom to my channel, but there's a lot of similarities with what you've done. And I wanted to make sure you're cool with that. And you know what Sacriel's response was? Sacriel's response was, have you seen my intro video? And I was like, oh yeah, dude, the one where it's like panning the camera around your 3D logo and it looks all professional. I was like, yeah, it's amazing. And he goes, oh, I made that. If you want me to make you one, we can talk. That's why I love Twitch. That right there was the reason I love Twitch. And if Sacriel had told me, you know what, dude? I just spent a lot of time and money doing this big rebranding initiative, and I feel like if you were to do something similar, then it could affect what I'm doing. If he would have told me that, I would have said, okay, I'll move mine to next year. And I'll ask you again then. Done. So, I mean, that's just how it works. If you respect other people in that format, they will respect you. And if you treat all of your coworkers like that, it's a really great place to work. One of the reasons I love my job. So anyway, thank you for that question. That was a good one. Really do appreciate that. For those that are oh my god. For those that are wondering, you guys should definitely check out Sacro's channel and check out his rebranding thing because it's awesome.
Take this.
Yeah. Oh, Moxalen. Moxalen, that's the thing. Moxalen says, I definitely could not see Sacro saying that. Oh, I don't think you would either. I don't think you would either. But, you know, the important thing is if he did, I just would have gone like, okay. But Sacro's a great dude, man. It's one of the reasons I was like, I need to check with him before I do something like that.